And now, In the Dirt with Tim Baltz.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another installment here on In the Dirt. My name is Tim Baltz. Glad you could join us. Remember, like and subscribe if you've not done so already. We certainly do appreciate your support. Well, we want to thank some of our great sponsors that help keep this show going here in 2022. First of all, we want to thank Disaster RX DKI, Ridawakers Family Campground, Thousand Islands Drone, and Alexandria Home Hardware. Well, today we are filming the show from the guy that you saw a week ago talking about tech inspection, Mark Hitchcock. We are actually in his shop right now, his kind of a man cave, if you prefer. A lot of history right here in this very portion of the shop that we are in, and we will go through that and talk a little bit about it as well. So stay tuned right here on In the Dirt. We'll be back with more race results from all the area dirt tracks coming up right after this.
Ridawakers is the place to be.
It's vacation time. What are your plans for RVing and summer fun? Why not book now for your summer camping and RVing at Ridawakers Family Campground, Eastern Ontario's full-service camping facility, located on a UNESCO World Heritage Site known as the Rideau Canal, on a series of lakes joined by lock systems that links Kingston to Canada's capital city, Ottawa. Ridawakers is only 10 minutes from downtown historic Kingston. Here's what Ridawakers has to offer you and your family when you visit: the spacious pull-through campsites, trailers, and motorhomes, the swimming pool staffed with lifeguards, a beautiful beach to enjoy for a relaxing afternoon of fun and family, excellent fishing on Colonel By Lake, a boat docking facility for your fishing or pleasure craft, boats, canoes, and kayaks available for rent, a beautiful banquet hall for weddings or meetings to fit any occasion, 136 acres of outdoor adventure, hiking, biking, playground, swimming, fishing, horseshoes, basketball, and so much more. Make Ridawakers your camping destination this year. You better book now. We're filling up fast. Visit Ridawakers.com or call 613-546-2711.
Ridawakers is the place to be. Come on out, you'll see a gated community.
Well, we're back here on In the Dirt once again, and remember, like and subscribe if you have not done so already. We certainly do appreciate your support. Well, as we mentioned before the break, we have a lot of racing results to get to, so let's get to it right now. First of all, we are at the Brockville, Ontario Speedway on August the 20th, and it was a night of firsts for many drivers. Kalen Draper became the youngest Dirt Car 358 modified winner at the Brockville, Ontario Speedway, just 16 years of age, collecting his first career win. Bobby Harrington, win number 7 on the season in Dirt Car Sportsman. The Action Sprint Tour was part of the Saturday night program, and Matthew Bardier picked up his 4th win of the season at the Boss, but more importantly, it was his first Action Sprint Tour victory, and him running for the championship. That was a big night for Matthew Bardier. Speaking of the Action Sprint Tour, we're going to go live to an interview here with Luke Stewart, the driver of car number 9 in the Action Sprint Tour and a regular with the Thousand Islands RV Crate Sprints at the Boss. Luke, thanks so much for joining us. First of all, you had a big week at the Ohsweken Speedway running with the Action Sprint Tour on Monday and Tuesday of last week, coming away with a 5th place finish on the Tuesday portion of the program. Luke, what was your experience like at the Ohsweken Speedway?
It was great. We were hoping just to get in the show because I think there was 36 or 38 cars, and we started 22nd the first night and got up to almost 8th and broke a torsion stop, so we ended up finishing 10th. So it was it's 2 good nights, finished 5th and 10th, but it's a top-notch place. Like, the facility is it's super. It's probably the nicest place I've ever been.
So what was it like racing there? Tell us about it.
It was awesome. I didn't realize how banked it was when we got there, and there was people everywhere, like middle, bottom, top, like people, you could run everywhere. I passed some cars in the middle, right on the bottom against the tires. It was awesome. They do a great track prep.
And we mentioned that you had a couple of great runs there. You made quite the impression. Do you plan on going back in the future?
Oh yeah. They did the top 3, and then we were the random car to get tacked, and they did the cam doctor on us, and it was all good. So I don't know if somebody was worried about it or what, but it's all good.
Of course, you had a great run at Ohsweken. You had some good runs on the Action Tour. Talk about your Brockville season. It's been pretty good so far as well, hasn't it?
It's been good. Hope the class grows a little more, but it's been good. We're still new. We haven't raced enough, but racing for up front every night, so it's good. Learning.
Well, thanks so much, Luke, and best of luck the rest of the season, and great job so far this year.
Perfect. Thanks, Tim.
Well, we want to thank Luke Stewart for joining us here with that interview. Of course, some of the other results didn't happen at the Boss. Another first-time winner in the novice sportsman ranks at Brockville. It was Paul Donnelly picking up his first career win, setting a record in the division, becoming the 9th different winner, an all-time record in that division at Brockville. Todd Raby, of course, he collected his 3rd street stock feature win of the season. The Supernan Truck Shop mini stocks were off, but they'll be back in 1 week's time. K&M Speedway, well, they were off for the week, but they'll be back next Friday night as well. Switching things over to the Canadian Mod Division at the Brighton Speedway, it was Sean Gregory stopping the Wade Purchase train over there, picking up the victory. Skylar Laddiser drove all the way to Brighton from Cornwall and made it pay off, picking up his first ever Brighton Speedway victory. Charlie Sandercock was victorious in crate late models. Cole Abrams in mini stock, and the Thunder Stock feature went to Brock Gregory. Mohawk International Raceway 358 Modifieds. It was the Goodleaf 358 Modified Series. I want to thank Brian Page for these results. Chris Raby notched his 4th career Memorial Cup victory and 3rd consecutive. Nobody had ever done that before in the history of that event. Congratulations to Chris on another win. It was Dustin Bradley victorious in Dirt Car Sportsman. Dirt Car Pro Stocks, it was Justin White. Ty David collected the Novice Sportsman checkered flag, and Francis White seems to be unstoppable when he shows up on off weeks from Can-Am to run the Bandit division. He picked up another win at the Mohawk International Raceway. Want to thank Gary Spade for some of these upcoming results. Of course, the Airborne Speedway in Plattsburgh, it was Jamie Begor collecting the feature win in the Dirt Car Sportsman division. Albany Saratoga Speedway, Big Block Modified feature win to Mark Johnson. A twin bill for the Dirt Car Sportsman, a makeup show from July 1st went to Travis Whitbeck, and the regular program went to Zach Buff. Chucky Dobluski victorious for a 5th time in Dirt Car Pro Stocks over there. Ransomville Speedway, Mr. Small Block Pete Bicknell back in victory lane. 2nd win this season at the Big R. Derek Wagner win number 5 in Dirt Car Sportsman. Bear Ridge Speedway was Jason Gray collecting the Dirt Car Sportsman checkered flag. Brewerton Speedway had a couple of big races. They had the Summerfast event on August the 16th. It was Super Matt Shepard collecting the checkered flag over there. The regular action on Friday night on August the 19th, it was Chris Heil, a Heil driver, collecting his 3rd win of the season and the point lead once again, and Alan Fink Whoosh collecting another Dirt Car Sportsman win at Brewerton. Canadian Big Block Series was rained out at Cornwall. No rescheduled date as of yet, but we'll find that out very shortly sometime soon. Canadian Big Block Series was also at Autodrome Drummond on Saturday night. It was Eric Rudolph collecting the checkered flag over there, and Antoine Perrant collect the Dirt Car Sportsman checkered flag. Fulton Speedway, well, their Summerfast event got rained out on the 17th, and the Dirt Car 358 Modifieds, they were off this past Saturday because of the Summerfast program, but we'll be back next week for a full show. Checking out the results from the Genesee Fair Speedway, they were actually off this week, but they will be back next Saturday for a full program there. Glen Ridge Speedway, it was Andrew Buff collecting the Dirt Car Sportsman East Regional Series event, marking the 7th first-time winner on the Dirt Car Sportsman Tour this year. Pretty impressive how the regional system has been working. And Josh Coonrad, the Coon Dog, picked up another Dirt Car Pro Stock win at the Ridge. Autodrome Granby, the Canadian Big Block Series, was there for round number 4 on Friday night, and it was David Hebert collecting his 2nd ever series win. Alex Lajoie was victorious in the Sportsman. Stacey Jackson collected the Dirt Car Sportsman feature win at the Outlaw Speedway. Land of Legends had the Summerfast event over there for the Super Dirt Car Series Big Block Modifieds, and it was Super Matt Shepard once again, his 2nd win of the week, and he collected the overall Summerfast championship for 2022, so congratulations to Super Matt on yet another accolade in his great career. Dalton Martin collected the Dirt Car Sportsman. Their regular Saturday night program was off. They'll be back this coming weekend. Lebanon Valley Speedway, Big Block Modifies to Colby Schrader. Dirt Car 358 Modifies were off this week, and it was Chad Jessio back in victory lane in Dirt Car Pro Stocks. Humberstone, their show was lost due to rain, unfortunately, but they will be back in a couple of weeks' time. Merrittville Speedway 358 Modified action to Matt Williamson. Yet another victory at Merrittville, and James Friesen collected the Dirt Car Sportsman checkered flag. Orange County Fair Speedway Big Block Modified feature went to Billy Van Inwidge, and Billy B collecting a win there. And Anthony Perego, another 358 Modified feature win at Orange County. Thunder Mountain Speedway was Connor Sellers in Dirt Car 358 Modified action, and Cody Jackson in the Dirt Car Sportsman feature on Saturday night. Weed Sport Speedway, they hosted the Super Dirt Car Series Big Block Modifieds as part of Summer Fast Week, and it was Jimmy Phelps collecting his 19th career Super Dirt Car Series Big Block Modified feature win. Their regular program scheduled for this past Sunday was rained out. So once again, that is all the race results we have for you from this past week and this past weekend. We are going to come right back with Ryan Arbuthnot, the driver of car number R70 in Dirt Car 358 Modifieds. He's going to chat a little bit about his season and how his success has been this year. And we're going to come right back in just a few moments. Remember, like and subscribe if you've not done so already. You're watching In the Dirt.
We arrived at the building just to see from the exterior wall that the front facade was coming undone and pushing forward away from the side wall. We were just in complete shock, didn't know how this occurred.
A lot of people don't realize this, but every individual will at least have one disaster in their lifetime. And when this happens, they don't know what to do. By reaching out to a restoration professional before you have an emergency, it allows you to have some insight on what happens and what to expect. This will allow you to eliminate any kind of anxiety or stress you might go through when it happens.
The restoration company came down immediately and took the steps necessary to create a safe environment, secured the building, and that allowed the engineers to go in and figure out what the cause of the damage was and figure out our next steps from there.
Our people are fully trained and certified in all aspects of emergency response and disaster restoration. We handle everything from fire, flood, sewer backup, wind damage, tornadoes, earthquakes. Basically, we have people that are experienced in every field. There are two parts to a disaster that people don't realize. There's the emergency phase, where we come right away and stop the damages from happening. Then there's the repair phase, where we put everything back the way it was, like it never happened. And our company also offers a warranty, which will give you the comfort and peace of mind for as long as you own your property.
From the get-go, Rex and his crew were able to bring in professional contractors to come in and rebuild the building in a timely fashion. The building now looks better than ever and is up to code. They were wonderful with me, just helping me navigate through my insurance coverages, working well with the insurance company and myself. They always constantly kept me in the loop as to what was happening next. And at the end of the day, it was just the peace of mind knowing that I was in good hands.
So we are back here on In the Dirt once again, and again we want to thank everybody for joining us here this week and all season long. Remember, like and subscribe if you have not done so already. We certainly do appreciate your support. Well, as we said before we left for break, we were going to talk to Ryan Arbuthnot, the two-time and reigning track champion at the Brockville, Ontario Speedway. He joined us here on In the Dirt. Ryan, thank you so much for joining us here on our program here this week. One of the things we wanted to talk to you about is, there's lots going on here at the Speedway in 2022. One of the things we wanted to talk about is being the defending champion. Are there any pressures coming back and trying to repeat?
So, coming into the year, we've been fortunate enough to win the track title the last 2 years. It's not something I really think about every year. I'm a firm believer that, you go out, try your best every night, try and win races. And then, when August rolls around, that's when you can kind of maybe start looking at points and see how things are shaking out. And if you've had things go your way, then, you might be in the hunt. And if they don't, they don't. But, you work on speed in the car. You work on, just being consistent and running strong. And those are the things that we really focus on more so than points and numbers that way.
Well, of course, everybody has that one racetrack that they get around really good at, and Brockville seems to be your bread and butter, your A game. What makes you so successful here at Brockville every Saturday night?
The thing I like about Brockville the most is that it's the closest to home for us. So we ride an hour and a half to get here, and that's our closest track. But as far as how we perform on the track, it's probably the place that we have the most laps. We've been racing here since we started racing back in 2010. So it's just I'm most comfortable here and got a lot of laps here and been around the place and a lot of times to kind of have the lines figured out and the setups figured out. And the track's pretty consistent from night to night, so we can usually get a good read on that.
When you first got into modifieds, did you think you would have this much success this early in your career?
Yes and no. I mean, I'm a competitor. The first year in modified, you're hoping to win 10 races, and it doesn't shake out that way. That's maybe unrealistic, but you're always trying to win every race that you enter. Otherwise, you probably shouldn't be coming. So, in 2019, we had a kind of maybe some would consider our breakout year. I think we had 11 wins that year. So you know, you look back on years like that and you kind of realize how special they are when you get into a year like this where we've been running well, but just not as well as we did that year. And you know, so you kind of start to appreciate that stuff a little more.
Well, more recently, you've been doing a lot of big block modified racing and having some success in that. Not won yet, but you're getting close. Has that big block success been able to translate over to the small block side of things and made you be more successful?
For the big block stuff, it's more just, it's fun for us. You know, there's no pressure going into it. It's just, you know, easy go out and have fun and run with the guys, try and learn something. We don't run the big block near enough to really hone in a setup for it. I'd like to do more of it, but just where we are, you know, location-wise, to get to big block tracks, we're driving 5-6 hours most times, so you can only pick and choose some nights to go to that stuff. So.
Well, Ryan, thanks so much for joining us and taking time out of your busy schedule to chat with us. And good luck the rest of the season, and we'll see what happens at the end of the year. Maybe you'll get that track title again. Good luck the rest of the year.
Thanks, Tim.
Well, we've got a lot of racing action that is upcoming on the schedule for the weekend, so let's take a look at what's going to be happening at the local racetracks around the area. Can-Am Speedway, they'll be back after a week off in a full program over there with 6 classes on the schedule. Racing starts at 7 o'clock. Mohawk International Raceway Sportsman Series will take place at MIR on Friday night. Full program over there with racing starting at 7:30 p.m. Brockville, Ontario Speedway will be the Dirt Car Sportsman North Canada Regional Series event, plus the Dirt Car 358 Modifieds, Novice Sportsman, and the return of the Superman Truck Shop Mini Stocks. Racing starts at 7 p.m. Airborne Speedway, a regular card of racing over there featuring the Dirt Car Sportsman at 7 o'clock. Autodrome Granby, they'll have a 40-lap 358 modified feature along with a 40-lap Sportsman event as well. Pro Stocks and Sport Compact are also on the card. Racing begins with hot laps at 6:30 p.m. Autodrome Drummond, they are off this coming Saturday, but the action shifts over to neighboring RPM Speedway, and it will be a summer festival of speed over there. 3 30-lap 358 modified features in one night, plus the Sportsman division. They'll have lightning sprints, mod lights, mini mods, and slingshots, everything you could ask for with a motor, 4 wheels, and a steering wheel. Racing starts over there at 4 p.m. Gates are actually opening. Racing starts at 7 o'clock. Cornwall Motor Speedway, the Eastern Ontario Vintage Stock Car Club is on the card, along with a full show for 358 modified, Sportsman, Pro Stocks, Novice Sportsman, and Mini Stocks. Racing starts at 6 p.m. Brighton Speedway, it'll be a full show over there in their 6 divisions with crate late models, Thunder Stocks, Canadian Mod, Comp 4, Mini Stocks, and of course the Stinger division is back. Racing starts at 7 p.m. Some of the other highlights upcoming this season, of course, Mohawk International Raceway will have the Goodleaf 358 Modified Series finale on September the 2nd. Mohawk International Raceway, we documented their Mohawk International Raceway Sportsman Series coming up this week. That final show will come up on September the 16th during the Mohawk Nationals weekend. Cornwall Motor Speedway, September the 4th will be a big weekend for the Fat Less Chip Stand Canadian National Series and the race for the Kier Sportsman Series, no crown a champion on September the 4th. Brockville, Ontario Speedway, season finale for the Ogilvy's Triple Crown Series for the 358 Modified and Sportsman on October 15th during the Fall Nationals. We're looking forward to that as well. The Super Dirt Car Series Big Block Modifieds get back underway this week at the Ransomville Speedway, and also it will be the Dirt Car Sportsman Central and West combined regional event, so drivers from each region will be able to collect points at that one particular event this week. Dirt Car 358 Modified Series is back underway on September the 9th, and that's going to be round number 3 on the Dirt Car 358 Series schedule. Dirt Car Sportsman Series will take a look at some of the regional action that's coming up there as well. The East Regional event for the Dirt Car Sportsman Series will take place at the Bear Ridge Speedway on September the 10th. West Region Canada Series gets back underway at the Ohsweken Speedway on September the 9th. September the 9th, there will be a combined North Region and Central Region show at the Can-Am Speedway. Looking forward to that one as well. North Region Canada Series, we talked about that this coming weekend, August 27th at Brockville. West Region, we talked about that. That'll be part of the Super Dirt Car Series event, and that's a combined show with the Central Region on August 24th. Ransomville Speedway, as we mentioned, the Central Region there for August 24th as well. Championship Tour begins at the Albany-Saratoga Speedway during the massive Malta weekend on September the 23rd. Dirt Car Pro Stock Series finally gets back underway. Round number 3 is upcoming this weekend on Saturday night at the High Banks at the Lebanon Valley Speedway. And best of luck to all of our local drivers heading up to take on the Valley regulars. Well, once again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here on In the Dirt this week. We want to thank some of our great sponsors also that help make this show possible. Disaster RX DKI, Ridawakers Family Campground, Thousand Islands Drone, and Alexandria Home Hardware. So remember, if you're going to be in the Kingston region during Labor Day weekend, of course, Mark has got a couple of classic cars that we'll be able to show you here. Those cars, along with hundreds of cars, are going to be featured at the annual Limestone City Car Classic, which will be held Labor Day weekend right here in Kingston at Lake Ontario Park. Hopefully you're able to join us over there, and you can probably make some new friends and see some old friends over there as well. So on behalf of everybody here and all the production team at In the Dirt, thanks so much for joining us. Remember, like and subscribe if you've not done so already. Thanks to everybody. Thanks, Mark, for joining us here and letting us come into your shop and do this show. You've been watching In the Dirt.